Here are my 5 rules to being unbothered. Rule number 1 is to focus on yourself. We spend so much time worrying about other people, what they're achieving, their success, what they're talking about, what they're doing. And I often blame this on social media addictions because we're so used to comparing ourselves to other people. How about we channel that obsession that we have with other people on social media onto ourselves? We need to start focusing on ourselves. This way, we can level up, glow up, and whenever you put all that onto yourself, other people will become obsessed with you. Rule number 2 is to expect less from others and more from yourself. If there's anything you take from this video, you need to know this. Not everyone will show up for you in the ways that you show up for yourself. I feel like this is an easy one for me because I'm an only child. Given that I've grown up without siblings and hardworking parents, I've had to show up for myself in more ways than most people experience. And regardless of those circumstances, when you stop expecting things from other people, you automatically hold yourself to a higher standard and you ultimately just gain all of your power back. This is where I pivot to another area, a little fork in the road called accountability. If everything that happened in your life is someone else's fault, does that mean that everything good that's happened in your life is also someone else's fault? This doesn't make any sense at all because you would never allow someone else to take the credit for something good that you did. But someone else can take the credit whenever something is not your fault. It actually is crazy that people think this way, and we need to start taking accountability for all things in your life so that you will never have to blame people ever again. If you want something done, do it yourself. Get it done. Build the life you want without waiting for someone else to just hand it to you. Rule number 3 is the okay and mindset. People will always have opinions about you, whether they tell you or not. And I'm not even sitting here and saying if you like it or not, it's whether they tell you or not. If they do say things about you, good or bad, your response should always be, okay, and let me explain to you why this concept matters regardless if those comments said about you are good or bad. If one day someone comes up to you and says, you look ugly, and you tell them, no, I don't, I look great. If that same person comes up to you the next day and says, you look beautiful, would you believe them just because it's a positive comment? You should always have your own beliefs about who you are regardless of what someone tells you. Their opinion should not matter because you are your own person. So if one day you feel like you look good, someone should not be able to tell you if you don't. Your response should always be, okay, and? Rule number 4 is to stop reacting to everything. People take energy, whether it's good or bad. They feed off of energy, whether it's good or bad. And you just need to learn how to remain composed at all times. When you remain composed, you starve people of a reaction, preventing them from provoking you. So the next time someone does try to provoke you, take a deep breath in and out and remain calm. Let it go because your silence is more powerful than any argument could ever be. And I will say this, a lot of times situations are not even that serious enough to even deserve a reaction. So something that I like to do is if something really bothers me, I wait 24 hours. Because if you think about it, within that 24 hours, so much could happen in your life to where this situation could mean nothing. So you honestly could forget about it. And by that time, would that reaction have even mattered? No, but if it's something that's still on my mind or still bothers me, then yeah, I might bring it up and I may say something about it. Rule number 5 is to not tolerate disrespect. Let me start off with this. The only way someone can disrespect you is if you have no boundaries in place that they are aware of. You need to become a person who has boundaries. You need to establish boundaries for yourself. And if you don't know what that looks like, I will give you an example. I won't accept any calls after 9 p.m. They could be friends, family, a guy that I'm talking to. I will not accept any calls past 9 p.m. because I have self-care. I'm meal prepping for the week. I go to the gym. I want to read, whatever it is. I'm just not doing it, right? So if someone calls me or contacts me at 9:05, I'm not picking up the phone because you are trying to test my boundaries. That's not okay with me. If someone crosses your boundaries, you need to let them know. If they repeat that, you need to walk away because that person does not respect you, or they have insecurities on their own and cannot respect what you have in place for yourself. I believe it should be a basic human standard to deserve nothing less than respect. And with these 5 rules, you just won't care as much.